Robbie here from Diecast 64. I wanted to do a little commentary on the races this month. Something I'm going to try to do each month after all the races are done. And first of all, I want to thank everybody for sending in their cars. It's a lot of fun to race them. Trying to build a fun racing community, some good competition, but fun, friendly environment. So thank you guys for sending in your cars. We're hoping to build a community. Let all your friends and everybody know we got some good races going on. We've been racing for a while now, and added this month to our feature race 3 other races. Hot Off the Shelf, which is a fun race. It's just basically it's for cars that you can go out and just buy right now, enter them in. Everybody's kind of got an equal shot at winning, depending on how you've been studying the cars this year or last year. And so that one's fun for everybody if you don't have a lot of time to build cars. We added our Open Modified, which is kind of like the race, right? This is where we want to see the fastest cars. So if you're into building cars and modding them a little bit, we want to see you in that race. And then we've got the Open Stock that we added this month as well, which is a fun race. If you don't have a lot of time to mod or build, but you got some fast cars in your collection, you can send those in, see where they rank. And so this was a lot of fun this month. One thing that I did learn, adding the new races, took a lot more time, getting all those cars raced, getting the videos ready, and getting them up and running. So that's probably one thing I'm going to change next month. Is been trying to get those videos out and get everything done, and been a few late nights for sure. But I think what I'm going to plan on doing is we'll have the cars due, same as always, 3rd Saturday of the month, and then I think what I'll do is plan on posting results and video the next Saturday, the 4th Saturday. So I won't try to get all those videos out one after the other through the week. It's a lot of work, and so I think what I'll do is I'll just work on them through the week, make sure they're polished, looking good for you. And then the 4th Saturday, a week from when I get the cars, we'll get them all raced that week. I'll get video edited, and then we'll get it all up for you on that 4th Saturday. So that'll be kind of race day. You can tune in, check out all the video footage, races, results, everything. So I think that's kind of how I'll run it from now on. And a little less stress on me, and something to look forward to, race day, 4th Saturday of the month. So. Anyways, I'd like to talk about some of the races we had and some of the competition, just some things I noticed, and yeah, just talk a little bit about it with you. So with the Hot Off the Shelf, Open Stock and Open Modified, we ran those races on the big 4-lane track with the computer timing software. It turned out pretty good. I'm going to keep doing that. That's the track we're going to run on. Still working out some of the kinks with the videoing, trying to find the best way to get that video. Sometimes on those long tracks it's just hard to get the cars all the way down. I did the straight on shot this time. I like that. You can see the computer results and pan up, and so I kind of like that shot. I think I'll zoom in a little bit next month, get it a little tighter so we can see those cars a little bit better. Kind of playing around with the speeds. I think in Hot Off the Shelf and Open Stock I just went with regular speed. Slowed it down to half speed, I think, for the Open Modified, and I like that a little bit better. I got a little more time to see kind of what's happening in those races. So anyways, I really want you to enjoy these races. I know some of you spent a lot of time on some of these modded cars, and you want to see them race, and so I'm going to try to do a good job and let you see those things race and enjoy that. This month, for sure, watch them on a big screen so you can see those a little more detail. Like I say, next month we'll try to get a little tighter shot. Kind of playing around with the camera too, trying to decide which camera would be good. And anyways, we'll get it down. Keep watching. I love the shelf track. That's the one we did the Matchbox Mayhem. Love that one. I can get right in tight on those cars. You can see them race the whole way. It's a good track, it's just a little short, so for these other races I'd like to do it on the longer track, but it does make videoing a little bit harder, and it's a little harder to see those cars through the whole race, but we'll get there. So our feature race this month was the Matchbox Mayhem. I thought that'd be kind of fun. I know we're really into Hot Wheels around our house, so I don't have a lot of experience with Matchbox. Thought it'd be fun to go out and shop for something different, and maybe if there's any Matchbox people out there, or if somebody else just wanted something fun, something different. So thought we'd go with that, and it did turn out to be a lot of fun. I did notice that just going out and buying Matchbox cars off the shelf not tons of varieties, and of course Matchbox, they kind of specialize in some of the trucks and farm vehicles and those kinds of things, so a little harder to find good race cars. But we had quite a few sent in, some fun stuff. I actually had a car I was wondering about. I had an old car in my collection, Matchbox. It said super fast on it, so I was hoping it was super fast, but it turns out this little baby that came in that package was not super fast, if you know what I mean. It did not do that well. The Matchbox cars didn't do that well, but we did have one really fast car sent in. It was sent in by FOTF. It was the Matchbox Across America 50th Birthday Series. This truck ended up being from Maine. It was pretty fast. This was our winner in that Matchbox race, and it was pretty fast. So congratulations, FOTF. That was definitely the fastest Matchbox car that we got in. Again, the Matchbox race was kind of fun. It was a winner-take-all race, so we got FOTF's going to be receiving a whole bunch of Matchbox cars, and hopefully can enjoy those. It's funny, me and one of my buddies, we always joke about the winner-take-all races. You get a whole bunch of cars that are slower than the one you sent in. So anyways, a lot of fun though. You can hand out those cars, save them for other races, mod them. Anyways, it's always fun to get a bunch of cars. So congratulations, FOTF, on the Matchbox Mayhem win. In our hot off the shelf race this month, we had a couple pretty quick cars. I don't know if you noticed, we did have one car. Sometimes when you just send in cars in the package, you never know what you're going to get. This guy, well, I thought he'd be pretty fast, ended up having a bad wheel, so I don't know if you noticed in the videos or not, but several times didn't even make it to the end. So anyways, that happens when you're doing a ripping race. You never know if the car's going to have good wheels and good axles in there, but a lot of times what's fun with the ripping race is you kind of generally know which castings are fast, and so you try to get those, at least if you're watching Hot Wheels Pick'em, right, playing the game with us. That's what we're doing in Hot Wheels Pick'em. We're trying to find out what's the fastest casting of 2017 right now. We played it last year, and hopefully we'll continue to play it in the future. If you have been watching, you'll know that this little Corvette actually won Hot Wheels Pick'em one of the weeks. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. So I knew that was a fast car coming in, and it turns out that it was our winner of the hot off the shelf. So that'd be a good thing to watch and play. Hot Wheels Pick'em, that way you can get a feel for some of those fast cars out there. But hopefully you're just buying cars and racing them on your tracks wherever you're at, and kind of getting to know those fast castings, and send those in. It's going to be a lot of fun. So for our hot off the shelf and our stock race and our modified race, you may have noticed in the videos, I've got a timing system that I use, and what we do is we have the cars race once in each lane, and then get those times, drop the slowest time, and then average the other 3 times together to determine the winner. And so I don't know, as you're looking at those times, it goes out to 4 decimal places. They're all pretty close. And so another interesting thing that the timing software does for us is it calculates a scale speed. So those are kind of fun, and I kind of like to use those to compare the cars rather than the time, because sometimes you're going out to that 3rd, 4th decimal place. Those times look so close, and some of those cars are so close when they're racing anyways. So that scale speed kind of gives it a little bit of, I don't know, something more interesting to compare. So anyways, I got a little data here for you in this hot off the shelf race, just to let you know how fast those cars are going versus some of these really good stock cars, or even our modified cars. So let me throw out a few numbers for you. In our hot off the shelf, our fastest car ended up running at 372.7 miles per hour. Remember, that's a scale speed. These are 1/64th scale cars. So I guess if you were to shrink down to the size of a Hot Wheels and jump in, that's how fast it would feel like you were going. Obviously it wasn't actually going down the track at 372.7 miles per hour, but that was our fastest hot off the shelf car. In comparison, Our 10th place stock car ran at 372.5, so 372.7 for the hot off the shelf, and 372.5 for the stock car, so in 10th place. So you can kind of see that hot off the shelf car would have been just in to 10th place in the regular stock race. So that's kind of the way of it. A lot of our fast cars are kind of some older cars, usually in that stock race. The stuff that's on the shelf right now, usually not quite as fast, but sometimes you can find really fast cars still on the shelf. And if you throw a little graphite on there, which is legal in our open stock, then you can get those moving a little bit. But I wanted to throw that out for comparison. Our fastest stock car, 388.3 miles per hour. So you can see the difference there, 372 versus 388. So pretty quick. And then our fastest modded car actually ended up being 389.3 miles per hour. So anyways, just some comparisons there. It's kind of fun to do that and see kind of where these cars that we're getting on the shelf right now would compare to some of the cars we mod, and some of our fast cars that we've collected in our collection. So anyways, it's a lot of fun. Keep sending in those cars. Go out and buy some. It's only $1, right? Send some cars in, you might win a whole bunch. Our hot off the shelf is also a winner take all, and so we've got some cars to send out. Send some in next month. It'll be fun. So in our open stock race, we had a couple cars sent in by FOTF. Show you those. They turned out to be pretty fast. Got this way too fast, faster than ever wheels on it. This guy's always fast, and it's a cool stock car. So anyways, they did really well in I think first and second in open stock. You'll find a lot of our stock cars tend to be maybe some little older cars, or just not stuff that you find right off the shelf. But anyways, these did well, and yeah, you actually ended up seeing these race a couple of times. He also wanted to race them in the open modified race, so we threw him in there. He wanted to see how they compete against some of those cars that have been modded, so they also did pretty good in that race as well. So congratulations to FOTF on a win in open stock for June. Great job. Our open modified race is a race where we hope to see some of the fastest cars around. It's just kind of a catch-all for anything that you think is fast. You want to mod it, do some stuff to it. You got some fast stock cars you want to throw in. As mentioned earlier, FOTF wanted to throw a couple stock cars in the mod race, see how they competed. It's open, man. Just fast cars. That's what we want to see in this one. We had some good builds, definitely some good builds. We had a few cars that didn't perform quite as well as they probably should. You maybe noticed in the video. We had this sweet GT build. Looked good, but it turned out these back wheels were just a little bit wide, and so kept catching on the track as it went down, and caused it to not do as well. Looked like a very fast car. We also had this custom build sent in from Voxer Racing. Great looking car, done some really cool things. Voxer's doing a lot of good engineering on his cars, and is very successful in the races that he races against or in. This one just happened to have just one spot that rubbed on the edge of the track, and so it ended up not doing quite as well. But a good car, and we're looking for more builds from Voxer Racing as well. In our modded race, turned out this little guy came in first place. A pretty quick little car. You might recognize it. It was actually a car entered into our Team Tetrad race. That was the May feature race last month. Did well in that one as well. So anyways, get out there building those cars, or just find some fast cars. We want to see them in that mod race. That one's a lot of fun, and we get to see some really fast cars. Hopefully, as we continue to have that race, these competition will get a little bit better, and we'll be seeing some really good racing in that one. Well, that about wraps it up for the June races. Just some thoughts, commentary on it. Want to see you racing with us in July. It's going to be pretty exciting. Our feature race is the Cars and Trucks race. It's going to be a great race. What you have to do is you have to build a team where the car and truck together has a combined weight of 90 grams or less. And so the cars are going to race the cars, trucks are going to race the trucks, and then the points that each earn in their individual races will be totaled up, and we'll declare a winning team. So you got to think about this a little bit. Decide how you're going to distribute that weight. You want both cars to do well, so you don't necessarily want to load up one, either maybe your truck or your car, so it's super heavy and has a good chance, but then your other car will be super light and may not do as well. And so I don't know, do you want to split the difference? Just want to go all in on one car and then hope the other car's kind of fast and helps you out? That's for you to decide. It's going to be fun. Cars and trucks race, and then of course we're going to have hot off the shelf, open stock, open modified every month, and so there's something for everybody. Whether you have just a little time and you can go over to Walmart or somewhere and buy a car off the shelf and send it in. Maybe you got some fast cars for the stock race, or if you have time to do some building, some modding, get those cars super fast and send those in. Something for everybody. So hope you're going to race with us on Diecast 64. I'll be looking for cars to come in the mail, get them organized, and we'll be racing here in another month or so. So see you soon. Hope to see you in lane 2.